Good day everyone, I'm Charmin Tinajeros and I'm going to present the topic about design criterion of gates. The outline of my report are the definition of gate, just a quick review, next is the design criteria of important gates, then different types of assembly, and the two types of hoist system commonly used. What is gate? Gate in hydraulic engineering is a rotating or sliding structure supported by hinge or by rotating horizontal or vertical axis that can be located at an extreme of a large pipe or canal in order to control the flow of water or any fluid from one side to the other. It is usually placed at the mouth of irrigation channels to avoid water loss or at the end of drainage channels to elude water entrance. Next is the design criteria of important gates. There are a lot of gate types but only few is commonly used. Therefore, I will just discuss the important types of gate used for water resource projects are the following. First is vertical lift gates, fixed wheel type. Second is radial gates, third is overflow gates, fourth is bonnet gates. First, I will discuss about vertical lift gates. These are the gates that moves within a vertical groove in size between two piers. The vertical lift gates used for controlling flow over the crest of a hydraulic structure are usually equipped with wheels. This type of gate is commonly used for barrage but is nowadays rarely used for dam spillways. Vertical lift gates may be used for the chode spillways and low-level outlet structures. Typically, a fixed wheel type gate is used and generally consists of the following assemblies. First is the gate lift assembly, which includes the skin plates, supporting beams, and girders, bracing, and rubber seals. Second is the wheel assembly, which includes the main and side rollers, lubrication, provisions, and mounting brackets. Third is the embedded seal path assembly, which includes the side seal, bottom seal, and anchors. Fourth is the hoist tower and bridge assembly for supporting the gate hoist system. Fifth is the wire rope hoist system for smaller gates. The system may consist of a rising steam gate hoist system. Next, an example of a vertical lift gate arrangement with a traditional high tower and bridge assembly for supporting the gate hoist system. Next is the various parts of vertical gate. But before that, this is a general view and close view of the vertical gate. First is skin plate and stiffeners shall be designed together in composite manner. It shall be designed and bending across the stiffeners or horizontal girder as applicable. To take care of corrosion, the actual thickness of skin plate shall be provided at least 1.5 mm more than the theoretical thickness computed. And second is horizontal vertical stiffeners and main girder. The horizontal and vertical stiffener shall be designed as simply supported or continuous beam, depending upon framing adapted for the gate. The spacing between the main horizontal girders shall be preferably such that all the girders carry almost equal load. The maximum deflection gate under the condition of loading shall be limited to 1 meter of the span. Next is another example for a girder. Wheels and wheel track, the gate wheels shall be suitable to withstand the stresses developed due to hydrostatic loads which they will carry. The wheel track and track base, the wheel track shall provide a truth and smooth machine surface for the wheels roll and transmit the loads through the wheels to track base. The seal and accessories. Seals shall be fixed by means of C-clamp or SS bolt so as to ensure a positive water pressure between the seal and gate, and burn it tightly on the seal to prevent leakage. Next is gate roller. Shall be provided on the sides of the gate to limit the lateral movement of the gate to not more than 6 mm in the east direction. A minimum of 2 gate rollers should be provided on each side of the gate to rest the transverse and lateral movement of the gate at the same time to prevent the gate from jamming. The seal beam. The minimum width of the seal set shall be 1.5 mm excluding the required chopper. The minimum thickness of skin plate long head gauge is 6 mm and for medium and high head gauge is 8 mm. The seal beam may be provided with a corrosion resistant steel plates welded or screw with corrosion resistant steel sheets. The surface of seal beam may be machine smooth. The last part is anchorage or anchor plates shall be provided in the first stage of concrete with suitable blackout opening to hold the embedded parts out opening to hold the embedded parts of the second stage of concrete. The minimum size of anchor bolts shall not be less than 16 mm and the anchor plate thickness shall be less than 8 mm. The second type of gate is radial gates. or tainter gate is a type of radial arm floodgate used in dams and canal locks to control water flow. Currently, radial gates are being primarily used as spillways, floatways, and raceways. Radial gates are seldom used in check structures because overflow gates can provide better upstream water level control. Radial gates are generally designed to discharge water under the gate. Typically, the gates consist of the following assemblies and system. First is the gate lip assembly, which includes the curved skid plate, cross bracing or struts, supporting beams and girders, and rubber seals. Second is the arm assembly, which includes the arm columns, bracing, and hub. Third is the trunnion assembly, which includes a pin, bushing, thrust washers, lubrication provisions, and yoke. Fourth is the trunnion support assembly, which includes the trunnion team, beam, or anchor block in the anchorage system. Last is the wire rope hoist system. This illustration is an example of large radial gate arrangement. This illustration is an example of the small radial gate arrangement. In general, normally, radial gate has an upstream skin plate bent on an arc with convex surface of arc and US side. The center of an arc is at the center of trunnion pin above which the gate rotates. The skin plate is supported by suitable space stiffeners, either horizontal or vertical. If vertical stiffeners are used, these are supported by suitable space horizontal girders which are supported by radial arms. Gauge shall be watertight. Max permissible leakage shall not be more than 5 liters per minute per meter length of seal. Gauge shall be capable of being raised lowered by hoist at specified speed. Design of gate involves A. Fixing the parameters like first is location of seal, second is location of trunnion, third is type of gate, fourth is radius of gate, fifth is the location of the hoist. First is location of seal. In general practice, we provide 0.25 to 0.35 meter below crest towards. Second is location of the trunnion. It should be at least 1.5 meter above water profile. Resultant hydraulic thrust in gate position for full reservoir level condition lies as close to horizontal as possible. None of any parts of civil structure interfere while raising and lowering gate. Third is top gate. For effects of wave, freeboard shall be provided above full reservoir level. Fourth is radius of the gate. Radius of gate is the distance from center of the trunnion pin to inside of the skin plate. It should be 1.0 to 1.25 of head of water. Large radius shall increase pair dimension. Last is the location of the hoist. Hoist shall be located at that as far as possible hoisting force is applied to gate at largest possible radius, and hoisting angle does not change much during travel of gate. This is a table of materials for parts of radial gate. B is the designing components are the following. Skin plate and stiffeners shall be designed together in opposite manner. The stiffeners generally use tees, angles, or channels. Minimum thickness used is 8 mm. To take care of the corrosion, the actual thickness of the skin plate be provided at least 1.5 mm more than the thickness required. Second is the horizontal girder. Minimum number be used to simplify the fabrication, erection, and maintenance of gates. Number to be finalized by the following criteria. If the number of girders is 2, then the gate height is up to 8 meter. If it's 3, then the gate height is 8 meter to 12.5 meter. If it's 4, then it's above 12.5 meter. May be spaced up in the vertical stiffeners of girder support are nearly equal. It should be suitable brace to ensure rigidity. It shall be checked for shear at points where they are supported by arms. Third is the arms. The number of pair of arms shall be equal to number of horizontal girders. Arms may be straight or inclined. For bigger span of gate, inclined arms are preferred. It should be designed as column for axial load transmitted by horizontal girder. The arms are suitable braced in such a way that ratio of arm in longitudinal and transverse direction is nearly equal. This illustration is sample of radial gate size 30 feet by 20 feet straight arm. The second example of radial gate is size of 49 feet by 35 feet inclined arm. This third illustration is sample of form arm connection with horizontal girder. Fourth is a trunnion assembly. It consists of trunnion hub, pin, bearing, and trunnion bucket. First is trunnion hub. It shall rotate as trunnion pin. Its arms are rigidly connected to hub by welded or bolted connection. It may be cast steel. Second is trunnion pin. It shall normally be supported at both ends of trunnion bracket. It shall be cast steel or forged steel with chrome plating. Third is the trunnion bus. It should be high tensile bronze. And fourth is a trunnion bucket. It shall be rigidly fixed to anchor girder by bolts. It shall transfer totally load from trunnion to the anchorage, and it shall be cast steel. Fifth is load carrying anchorage and anchorage girder. It shall be designed to withstand a total water load of gate and transfer into piers. Generally, common anchor girder system is used. It shall be designed for max load when one gate is fully closed and adjacent gate is fully open position. Number of anchorage and root diameter of threaded end of anchorage are worked out against total tensile load. The embedded length is worked out for band strength requirement. However, minimum length of anchorage shall be 2/3 of the radius of the gate. When torsion is kept 1/3 height of gate, anchor girder is kept in horizontal position. 6 is sealing. Bottom rubber seal, usually wedge type seal, it is fixed on the gate lip with clamps. Side rubber seal is zip type or musical knot type is used. 3 to 6 mm compression is given to rubber seals to make it watertight. 7 is assisting arrangement. Normally, rope drum hoist is used. It comprises of two end reduction units and one central live unit. The end reduction unit consists of drum and two 4 sets of spur gears. And central live unit is consists of electrical motor, magnetic brake, and non-reduction units, starter, relay, conductors, also included. The third type of gate is overflow gates. Overflow gates are typically used on main canal check structure to provide upstream level and flow control. They may consist of either a bottom hinge lift gate or Lanchman gate. Since the gates are operated as overflow gates, air vents are normally installed within the piers and sidewall to supply air to the underside of the gate to ensure the nape forms. The Lanchman gate was developed in 1994. The pre-assembled gate generally consists of top and bottom gate lifts connected together to the gate frame by hinge. A rigid gate frame and side plates will connect to the structure, built-in air vents and roller chains that connect to the top corners of the gate to the hoist system. The gate hoist system generally consists of electric motor that can be powered using solar panels and batteries, gear reducer and shafts mounted on the pier and end walls. The main advantage of the Lanchman gate versus a bottom hinge lift gate are that it requires shorter length of structure, a simpler hoisting system, and it is easier to install. The bottom hinge lift gate generally consists of bottom hinge that connects the gate to the structure, a gate lift consisting of skin plate and supporting beams, and wire ropes at the top forms the lift that connected to the wire rope hoist system. The last type of gate is bonnet gates, may be installed within the conduit of outlet structure. These gates are ordinarily used for high head installations. Typically, two identical gates are provided in a tandem with the upstream, one serving as an emergency or guard gate. The bonnet gate generally consists of a gate lift and body consisting of upstream and downstream frames, the bonnet and cover hoist system, and gate hanger system. Sealing sliding of the gate occurs at the mating surface between the gate lift, body, and bonnet. Provisions of lubricating the gate seats to reduce friction and wear, and allow for making adjustment to the position of hydraulic rod or glange should be considered. Depending on the head, cavitation may occur particularly at the bottom surface of the gate, at the side and seal location of the body, and immediately downstream of the gate. Consequently, the cavitation potential should be examined in appropriate mitigative measures. In addition, the provision of 45 angle slope at the bottom of the gate lift along the upstream side of the procedure, positive pressures that will reduce the downfall force and ensure the positive control of the spring point should be considered. An air vent must also be provided just downstream of the gate to air the conduit. That's all. Thank you.